is for Allah, nothing but Allah. Ba is the beginning of Bismillah. Ta is for taqwa, bewaring of Allah. And Tha is for thawab, a reward. Ja is for Jannah, the garden of paradise. Ha is for Hajj, the blessed pilgrimage. Kha is for Khatam, the seal of the prophethood given to the prophet.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to our program, Learn Arabic. In the last episodes, we discussed a lot of Arabic letters. How can we write them and how can we pronounce them? Today we'll continue also discussing more about how can we write the letter in Arabic, Sha. I'm joined as always with all my guests today, Khalid from Ghana, Muhammad from England, Usama from Egypt, and Nabil from Pakistan. Welcome to all of you in my program. So, Sha. I think that Sha could be probably close to Sa.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes in the writing style, you can find that both of them are written in one form, 3 T's, tail, and we put 3 dots.
Yeah.
Right, here in this way. Please follow me in writing this. Here is it. Just one tooth, another tooth. And that's probably the third one. This is for Sha.
Yes.
And Sa is here.
Without dots.
Without dots, exactly, Usama. Well, and also we did discuss before that we have a kind of categories or classifications for the Arabic alphabets. You can find, for example, Ba and Ta and Tha, Jim, Ha, Kha, very similar. Ba and Ta and Tha, very close to each other. And Dal, Zal, Sad, Dot, we can discuss more about that. And also Sin, Sheen. Yes, Muhammad, do you have any comments or stuff like that?
I think if she writes Sin and Sheen in classic handwriting, it's probably
Right.
this is the only time it could be confusing. But
Right.
it also depends on a particular sentence or the context of what you're writing. Maybe it's something to Shams or Shamsi or something like this. Then it could be maybe easy for some person or some people to understand or recite it. But
Right.
for most of the probably I think it could be difficult.
Exactly. I think that's true. Now let's see here. Sha, when it comes to initial position, it says in the slides, it's always connected.
Yeah.
Like, for example, the word shagara or the word shay, which means tea. If you like to drink some tea, here is that. So we say shay. Let me just write that here. So we have 3 dots here. Okay. And then we have alif. And then we have ya. We can discuss more about ya. The final alphabet in Arabic is ya.
Yes.
Okay. But my focus on here. Can you see that? So it's shay. Say it again.
Shay.
Right. Okay. So how many letters do we have here in this word?
1, 2, 3.
3. Okay. Here is that. Sha.
Yeah.
And then ya. Okay. Then I would like to combine and connect all of them together. So we make that here in this way.
I think if, to make it easy, you could say that make a small tail and just put alif along with it.
Right. And also, Muhammad, here that if you like to combine Sha with Am, make a very short distance here.
Yeah.
Also, don't put Ya far away from Alif. I mean, in this way. Don't make that. Can you see that?
No.
It doesn't make any sense
Which
actually to
side?
write the word in this form. Right. So here is the bottom line. When it comes in this position, it's written without a tail, whether it's written with 3 teeth or toothless. Can you see that? So as we used to have, so here for Sa, most of the times we have Sa coming with tail and Sha also coming with tail, but the only difference coming in the dots.
Yeah.
Sa and Sha, when they come, actually both of them, when they come in initial position, we don't have any tail here.
Yeah.
Okay. How about in the medial position? In the medial position, always connected, like mushkila, which means problem.
Yeah.
The word problem in Arabic means mushkila. Let me just write this word here once again. So I would say that here again, ma, and then we have sha, we have ka, we have la, and we have ha. How many letters do we have here in this word?
5.
We have 5.
5, right, okay. So I would disconnect all of them again. Ma, and then we have sha, and then we have kaf, and then we have lam, and then we have ta.
Yeah.
So I will connect all of them. Here is it. Mush, kila, in this way. Okay. So that is actually when it comes in the medial position. When it comes in the final position, it comes disconnected, like rashash,
Yeah.
which means actually rifle in English. It's the side of gun. And sometimes connected like hashish, which means drugs. And I think that's such a word, hashish, even used in English. I still remember that some people...
Drugs.
Drugs, right. So let me just write that when it comes in the final position here for sha and in the medial position. So if I would write, for example, the word rashash, here it is. We have ra, we have sha with 3 dots, we put aleph here, ash, shash, and then we put another alphabet here, which is sha. Can you see that? I think that here, can you write that please in your scratch paper? I will write that again. Here is it. Okay.
That's
Okay.
it.
Okay, let me just have a look at this. Exactly. Well, that sounds perfect. Excellent. Terrific and interesting. Okay. So, in this word, actually, what we have is we have 2 shas here. The first one, which is actually connected with the following one, and the second one actually is coming in the final position, and it comes disconnected, and
Yeah.
it's written with tail.
We have shash, for example.
Right.
It's a bit similar to waswas, I think.
What's exactly?
There are
Okay.
2 scenes.
Let me just write the word was.
It also tells you about sequence. In the sequence follow through with the actual words as well in Arabic.
Right.
With rashash and waswas, the 2 sheens, the 2 scenes.
Right, exactly. So can you see that for was and rashash?
It is Ahmed Rashash or Rashash?
Rashash. And if it is, well, here you're actually, Usama, you're touching a very important point here, because when you say rashash, I think in such a way we have something which is called shadda, which means gemination. So that means that we have 2 sounds combined together, represented just by one letter, which is sha. Can you see that? But I will tell you here that is
Rashash maybe spray.
exactly something like that. And it's also used, well, here in Arabic also it's used with another different meaning, which is rifle or a kind of
Machine gun.
right, exactly, machine gun, something like that. Yep. And so this is about sha. If you just have a look at this, you can find that this is connected when it comes in the medial position. It's also connected when it comes in the initial position, but it's always disconnected when it comes in the final position. Can you see that? And very important point here that I have to mention, which is it's written with tail when it comes in the final position. Can you see that? Okay. And for the word, for example, hashish, which means drugs, how many letters do we have in hashish?
5.
5?
5, yeah.
Yeah.
I think 5, right? Okay, let me just write that.
4 letter.
4 or 5?
5.
Okay, here is it. We have ha,
We have sha.
and then we have sha, and then we
Yeah.
write yeah,
Shagin.
and then we write another sha.
So I think here we have 6 tooths.
I think that's right. We have 6 teeth here.
Oh, 2 teeth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
Sorry, yeah.
I mean, 2 shas, the first one coming in the medial position, and the second one is coming in the final position. And in the medial position, what we have here sha is connected with the previous, with the following one. Here is that. In this way, Usam.
Yeah.
Can you see that? Can you see
Yes,
this?
yeah.
Okay. And it's actually connected here with ha. And it's also followed by ya. Then we have another sha here. This word actually means the drugs. Okay. How many letters do we have that in English? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
It's in Arabic shorter than in English. So again, so when it comes in the final position, sometimes it comes connected, and sometimes it comes disconnected, like rashash. Finally, sa or sha is written with its tail, whether it's connected or disconnected. That is very important. So sa and sha, both of them, when they come in the final position, we should draw or make up like the tail of the sound sa and sha. Okay, so I think that this is for sha. And here is actually different shapes for writing sha. Again, I would write that here again. In initial position, and in the middle position, and in the final position. In initial position, we have, for example, the word shay. Can you pronounce it?
Shay.
Right. Shagara.
شجرة.
Mushkila.
Mushkila.
Okay. Rashash.
Rashash.
Hashish.
Hashish.
Okay, here is that. Again, so what we have is one sha here. The independent form is sha.
Yes.
Okay. And then we combine sha with the following one. In the middle, in the initial position, shay. So it's coming here. This is the form of sha when it comes in initial position. Okay. And the form of sha when it comes in the medial position is this way. And the form of writing sha when it comes in the final position here in this way. Can you see that? So here you can find a short distance to combine sha with the previous letter.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yep. I think that is here, sha, in different forms. In the first one here, we have shay. In the second one, yep.
In initial position, we don't have a disconnected sha.
Yeah, that's right.
Am I right?
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. And I think that we can discuss more about how can you write sha in different positions and then move on to the following alphabets, but after having a break. We're going to have a break and we'll be right back.
Fun for everyone.
3, 2, 1.
What will I be when I grow up? What will I be when I grow up? What will I be when I grow up?
The firefighter uses what to control fire? Water or rocks? Now these two teams go head to head on pulling the blue rope. Now, if one person goes over this line right here, the other team loses. Very simple rules. This challenge is worth 5 points.
What will I be when I grow up? What will I be when I grow up? What will I be when I grow up as a Muslim man?
Fun is for everyone, so get ready to have some fun. Check out these cool competitions between kids. It's important to have fun, and it's also important to be a good sport. So tune in to Fun for Everyone. You don't want to miss it.
When I grow up, what will I be when I grow up as a Muslim man?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back again to the second part of our program, Learning Arabic. In the previous part, I think that we were talking more about writing sha, and I think that is quite important when we mention here that sha, when it comes in the initial position, should be connected with the following one. Sha, when it comes in the medial position, connected with the previous and with the following one. And in the final position, we just have sha with tail. I think that is for sha. And like, for example, shagara, shay, mushkila, and so on. And I think that sha can be probably found in a lot of languages, like, for example, Persian, Urdu, as you said now. I think that this is about Sha. Do you have any question about that before moving on to Sa? Any comment about Sha? Okay. Now, let's move on here to the 13th alphabet in Arabic, which is Sa. And if you just have a look at this, the slides here says, this letter represents the emphatic counterpart of Sa. Okay. It should be toward the front of and close to the roof of the mouth. The emphatic consonants in Arabic are pronounced by placing the end of your tongue at roof ridge and dropping the rest of the tongue as low as you can. I think that's quite interesting. But first of all, I would like just to pronounce Sa because it's different from Sa. So I would say Sa.
Sa, yes.
Okay. And then I would say Sa.
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 Right, exactly. So when you write Sa, first of all, Sa could be very close even to the shape of Sa when it comes to writing the tail. Here is that. For Sa, for example, we use just 3 teeth here, and then we're going to make a kind of tail. But when it comes to Sa here in this way, okay, I think that there is a similar point here between Sa and Sa, which is a tail. Okay, I think this is the first one. But I would say that Sa is an emphatic sound, so that means that the same features which are used in Sa are also used in Sa, in addition to extra features that can be found in producing Sa.
I think the pronunciation is slightly close, and it could
Exactly.
it could be a problem when you're starting with a lot of tashkils and that.
Right, exactly,
Yeah.
that's right.
I think it's heavy. Sa is heavy.
It's a very
And
heavy
also the
sound.
confusion between Sa and Sa,
Right,
like Sa'id and Sa'id.
exactly. You said
Yeah.
now very important words, Sa'id and Sa'id. And that's why I have to explain here when Sa, if you just have a look at Sa as a letter, you can find that Sa. We don't have any vibration here.
Voiceless.
Yeah,
So it's a voiceless sound, right? And on the other hand, it's also close to Sa when it comes to the place of articulation, because here what we can find is the airstream is coming through the oral cavity, and we have the tip of the tongue actually touch the alveolar ridge, so it could be actually closer to Sa in this part, which is, so we say Sa, we say Sa. Can you see that?
Yes,
So
Sa.
yep,
Sa.
yep, Sam. I think that is the tip of the tongue here touches the alveolar ridge in such a way to be very close and very similar to Sa.
I think the tip of the tongue also go to a lower part of the teeth, the bottom part of the teeth.
Exactly, that's
So,
right.
yeah.
And I think also that the middle of the tongue is coming low here in this way. If you just have a look at this, you can find that the middle of the tongue is coming down here. We have actually the traction, the back of the tongue getting back. We have construction of the muscles of the pharynx. And we have the airstream is released through friction. Probably we have a narrow opening here, and that's why the airstream is released with a kind of certain level of friction. So it's described again as a kind of fricative sound.
Yeah.
But again, I would say it's a fricative and emphatic sound. And this is about Sa, but how can we write it? Sa. The letter Sa is a connector. Do you still remember Sa?
Yeah.
It was always connector.
It was
So it's
yeah.
the same for Sa, by the way. It retains the same basic shape in both print and hand writing. Oh, well, that's very interesting. Because when it comes to Sa, I would say that Sa depends on the style of writing. You can write Sa with 3 teeth, or probably you can write Sa toothless.
Toothless, yeah.
And when it comes to Sha, also the same. You can write also Sha with just 3 teeth, or probably you can write that toothless. But when it comes to Sa, we have just one form for Sa. And it's the same in the handwriting and also in the typewriting. Okay? Now,
But
yeah, Bassam.
in writing Sa, we can first begin with writing Sa, toothless Sa, and then we make a line or
Yeah,
a
that
curved
could be
line.
close. Right, right. I think this is your point, Usama. I can understand that you just want to say straight line and make tail, and then make another
Yeah.
something like that here.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're going to learn about how can we write that. Here is that. There are 2 essential points to keep in mind when writing Sa. The loop must be a big and oval shaped. Here is that. That's what I'm talking about. Take the shape of oval form.
Eggy
Yeah.
shape.
Right. And there must be a small tooth after the loop. Here it is. Just one tooth here. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then you make tail. Okay. To write an independent saw, start on the line, make a big loop up and back to your right.
Yes.
Here it is. I would say that this is the line. Here it is. So that is the line here. It's a kind of loop here, getting back to the right side, and we are making just one tooth here. Okay. So there must be a small tooth after the loop. So all you have to do is just start on the line, make a big loop up and back to your right, then swing down and close it. Here it is, in this way. Swing down and close it, and make a small tooth. Okay.
Yeah.
Without stopping, make the tooth and then drop below the line to make the tail. The tail of saw is the same shape as that of sa.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me write that again. Please follow me in writing saw. It's very important actually to just write such alphabet in Arabic. Here is it. I'm going to make a kind of loop, getting back, making a tooth, and making another tail here. I think that in Arabic, did you write something like that?
Yes.
Yeah, but please show me that. Oh, well, that's perfect. That'd be excellent. That sounds terrific. Okay, well, I like that. Well, that sounds awesome. So here's the point. In writing saw, probably can find a similar feature between saw, sa, jim, ha, kha, which is tail.
Yeah. The tail, yeah.
You're making a kind of tail. And it depends on the form of tail, whether when it comes in jim, for example, you don't use tail. Exactly.
The also.
The direction of tail probably could be different, but it's the same tail. Like, for example, here is it. That's my point. For jim, here is it. Ha. Ha. Okay. And then we have...
So they share the same tail.
Exactly, Usama.
Yeah.
So I can now understand that there is common features in Arabic. Tail, dots.
Dots.
Yep.
Tooth.
Tooth,
teeth.
right, or teeth, something like that. Yep,
Yeah.
you can find just in one letter you can use just one tooth, and in some other letters you can just use three teeth, and it depends.
Yeah.
Khalid, you have a question? Yep.
Yeah, can you write salt like this?
Yep, why not? Well, but it's preferable if you just put a small tooth in order to combine, or in order to complete writing the form of sa. Can you see that? So here's the point. You can find in Arabic language generally a lot of common features I found now. Writing the tails and the dots, how many dots do we have, and the system of writing, whether it comes above the line or below the line, and also the markers, or probably tashkil, which is something that probably can be discussed in the second part of such a program. So this is about saw. Okay, and please make sure that it's different from sa. Yep.
The tail of the saw is underneath, it's underlined all the time.
It's underlined all the time. Exactly. I think that's right. I think that's absolutely correct.
And you know the old shape of the saw. Is it the line just going underneath? Is it going big line or a small line to rectify it?
Right. It's actually, in most cases, when it comes to saw, here is it. Let me just write that again here. For saw, it comes in this way. Again, I'm going to make a kind of loop. Getting back, going straight, making a small tooth, and making another tail here. What's happening here is the tail is coming below the line. But this is the writing style of saw as an independent shape. But if you just,
My question is about this loop here, the loop here.
I see your point. Well, that's right. That's okay, by the way. But when it comes to the line and then you're making the tail below the line, that would be preferable.
Yeah.
Right? And so let's now move on here to the second slide, which is saw when it comes to the initial and in the medial and the final position. Saw when it comes to the initial positions, always connected.
Yes.
Yep, that is absolutely correct.
So it's similar to sin and shin.
Can you see that? Right. I can figure out now that even there are similar features between Sin, Shin, Sad, and probably you can find that in Dal. The most common feature is that when they come actually in the initial position,
Yeah, they are always disconnected.
right,
Yeah.
always connected. And also, what's
Always
happening?
connected, yeah, that's
and
right.
also, what's happening here is that we don't use or draw any tail when they come in initial position.
Yeah,
Can you see that?
that's right.
Okay. So, I think that would be very important actually to mention
I
something
mean,
like
you can say that the most of the toes, the alphabets in Arabic come with the toes. Initially, they're all connected,
that. Yep.
and in any position they are unconnected though.
I think that is absolutely correct, right? And I think that we can discover more about writing Sa, especially when it comes in the immediate positions and when it comes in the final positions. But as always, our time is running out. My dear viewers, I think that this is probably the final point of our episode today. Please, if you have any comment or any question, send me email to brave, brave107@yahoo.com. Thank you for joining us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
A is for Allah, nothing but Allah. Ba is the beginning of Bismillah. Ta is for taqwa, bewaring of Allah. And Tha is for thawab, a reward. Ja is for Jannah, the garden of paradise. Ha is for Hajj, the blessed pilgrimage. Kha is for Khatam, the seal of the prophethood given to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.